Good evening, everybody. It is 6:30, so I'm going to call this regular City Council meeting to order. We will begin with the invocation and pledge of allegiance led by Dr. Sherrill.
You're welcome to join me in prayer. Lord, we're thankful for our homes, our labor, and our city, Clemson. Please look with favor on our community, protect our citizens and leaders so that we can be a blessing to others. Thank you for the hard work and sacrifice of all those who serve Clemson. May you continually bless those who work for Clemson and those who live in Clemson, and protect those who are in need. As we approach this season, we ask for a spirit of unity and peace, so that with one heart and mind we can work together for the good of all those in our community. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Dr. Sherrill. We have two proclamations tonight, one for Arbor Day and the other to celebrate Mr. McGill's 45 years of service to the city. I'm going to start with Arbor Day, and then we can take a little bit of time to celebrate you, Benji. So, proclaiming December 5th, 2025 Arbor Day, whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day be set aside for the planting of trees. And whereas this holiday, called Arbor Day, was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska, and whereas Arbor Day now is observed throughout the nation and the world, whereas trees can reduce the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, cut heating and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce life-giving oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife, whereas trees are a renewable resource, giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and countless other wood products. And whereas trees in our city increase property values, enhance the economic vitality of business areas, and beautify our community, trees, wherever they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. Now, therefore, I, Robert Halfacre, Mayor of the City of Clemson, hereby proclaim December 5th, 2025 as Arbor Day in the City of Clemson, urging all citizens to celebrate and maintain the ideals of Arbor Day throughout the year, to support efforts to protect our trees and woodlands. Furthermore, I urge all citizens to plant trees to gladden the heart and promote the well-being of this and future generations. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the great seal of the city to be affixed this 15th day of December 2025. Is anybody here from Urban Land Management? Okay. All right. Next up, we have a celebration for Mr. McGill. In recognition of Benji McGill upon his retirement, whereas Benjamin Benji McGill, Utilities Director for the City of Clemson, began his dedicated service in 1980, marking 45 years of commitment. Whereas Benji has diligently served as the City of Clemson's Utilities Director for the last 30 years and is recognized as the steadfast foundation of the Utilities Department, whose extensive knowledge and experience benefits all aspects of the city. Whereas his career progression has also included the roles of meter reader, utility technician, sewer treatment operator, and Utilities Department head. And whereas Benji served as co-director for the Pendleton-Clemson Wastewater Treatment Facility and has been responsible for securing the City of Clemson's budget share and overseeing the facility's operations. Whereas during his impressive tenure, Benji has successfully secured funding for the upgrade of major water and sewer lines throughout the city and spearheaded major projects for the City of Clemson, including the installation of the elevated water tanks, the new SCADA system, and 2 major sewer plant upgrades, the second of which increased capacity to 2 million gallons. Whereas Benji has also served on numerous committees, as well as the Rural Water Association, consistently contributing to the improved quality of life for city employees and the citizens of Clemson. And he served as the head of the Anderson Regional Joint Water Co-op, ensuring the City of Clemson's representation on the board. Now, therefore, I, Robert Halfacre, Mayor of the City of Clemson, do hereby proclaim December 31st, 2025 as Benjamin N. McGill Day in the City of Clemson in recognition for his 45 years of exceptional dedication to the City of Clemson, In witness hereof, I hereunto set my hand and have caused the great seal of the city to be affixed this 15th day of December 2025. If you'd like to say anything, you're more than welcome. All right. Of course. And then we'll have it right in the middle? Yeah. Okay.
We're gonna do group photos too.
All right, team, come on down. We'll have family come up too. Yeah, come on. Stand back a minute. Stand next to you.
Congratulations.
You count your days now.
I'm gonna clean it out.
Good.
How did you do that when you only look like you're only 55 years old?
That's right.
I'm gonna wish.
No, don't shrink down.
I don't need to be seen. Sure you do.
John, you'd always do that. There we go.
You want to get just a little bit?
Come on, son.
We'd like to thank council for supporting us for all these years, and I hope you continue to support for these guys, because they do a great job. You know, you can't, I think we've got to prove that you can't ask for any better folks. And you know, between Dusty and Heather and Ethan and Christy and Tyler, I think you'll be fine for years to come. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Appreciate it.
Next up, we have Chief Campos with the swearing in of new officers.
Have Officer Cobb and Officer Simpson come up, please. Okay, I'm going to introduce two new officers to you. They've just completed their field training, graduated academy 3 months ago? 3 months ago? All right. So first will be Officer Wyatt Simpson. He was born and raised in the upstate of South Carolina. He's always considered Clemson home, lived in the area, went to Central Elementary, Edwards, and then Daniel High School. In high school is where he met his wife, Kinley, who's here in the back. They've been together for 8 years and married for 5 this past October. No kids yet, but that's in the future. Officer Simpson has worked for a grocery store since he was 16 years old and made it all the way up to assistant store manager and then store manager. He was in the Clemson area for the longest time in those roles, and then he started traveling around as store manager. But he always had a desire to be a police officer, and he had a lot of interaction with a lot of our staff at the Clemson store, got to know them for a bit, and through numerous conversations, a lot of prayer, conversations with friends, decided to make the leap to police officer. So he has been hired with us and is excited in his law enforcement career and is doing a great job for us so far. So that's Officer Simpson. Then we have Officer Cobb, who is 23. He was born and raised in Abbeville, South Carolina, but he went to Southern Wesleyan University, where he majored in criminal justice. He got his bachelor degree there, and while he was at Southern Wesleyan, met his wife Haley, who's home, or she's at work. She's at work, and kids are at home.
No kids.
No kids. Mom, who was mom watching? Never mind. Gotta put him on the spot. Mom wasn't supposed to make it, but Mom made it, so she's here. Haley, his wife, is a dispatcher at Clemson University, so she's also in law enforcement. And he also wanted to pursue a career in law enforcement. Once he got his degree, he really didn't know too many people here, started applying around, and then started to get to know the staff and realized, okay, Clemson is where I want to stay because of his roots here. So we're also very happy that he's here with us and is also doing a very good job. So gentlemen, we'll now do the oath of office. I need you both to raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you're duly qualified according to the Constitution of this state to exercise the duty of the office to which you've been appointed, and that you will, to the best of your ability, discharge the duties thereof, and preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of this state and of the United States, so help you God? Okay, put your hands down. We will now recite the Policing Code of Ethics. Bear with me because they changed it a little bit. Last time I did it, I had to do it again. So here we go. As a sworn officer, your fundamental duties is to serve the community by safeguarding lives and property against threats that could take advantage of or harm others of your community or otherwise impact peace and order. You will uphold the Constitution and honor the rights of all to life, liberty, equality, and justice. You will never employ unnecessary force and will respect the privacy of people and communities that you serve, and you will fully obey the laws that you are sworn to enforce. You will live by example, remembering that your character and your conduct on duty and off directly influence the legitimacy of the policing profession. You will exercise self-restraint and remain courageous, calm in the face of danger, scorn, and ridicule, and be constantly mindful of the welfare of others as well as your own well-being. You will never act officiously or permit bias or personal gain to influence your decisions. You will strive to protect the vulnerable from harm. If this fails, you will seek to identify and apprehend offenders professionally and appropriately, holding them to account. You will not solicit or accept any gifts, bribes, or anything of value from any person or entity that may create a perception of benefit or influence your performance as a public servant. You recognize your shield of office is a symbol of public faith, and you accept it as a public trust to be held as long as you are true to the ethics of police service. You will not engage in or condone acts of corruption, take advantage of circumstances for personal gain, or accept gratuities, and promise to intervene when met with any unjustifiable acts by members of your profession. You will cooperate with all legally authorized agencies and their representatives in the pursuit of justice. You know that you alone is responsible for your own professional performance and conduct, and will take every reasonable opportunity to enhance and improve your level of knowledge and competence. You will constantly strive to achieve these principles, dedicating yourself to your chosen profession, policing. Do you agree with these statements? Yes. Okay, you're still employed. All righty. I'll present your new officers. Take your time. Right next to him.
Congratulations, guys. Thank you.
Family after.
Let them stand in the middle.
You could grab a hold of them too, you know?
I don't know.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, guys.
You want this family?
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Space for you so I can send it to Haley, because I know she wants to get it.
Okay, we will now move to the public comment period for items that are not on the agenda. As a reminder, this is limited to 30 minutes total, and each speaker has a total of 3 minutes to speak. This is for items that are not on the agenda. We do like to remind you that if there is something you want to speak about that is on the agenda, we like to have you speak when we have that item, so it's top of mind. So, Jeremiah, did anybody sign up ahead of time? No, ma'am. Nope, okay. We did get one submitted online that has been provided in writing to you guys. This comes from Mrs. Pass at 213 Wyatt Ave. She writes, when is Riggs Drive between Pool Lane and the Circle going to get paved? I've asked every year since 2001 and have been told work is just a few months away. The road is a disaster. Again, this is Ms. Pass at 213 Wyatt Ave. Are there any members of the public that would like to speak? If you'll just sign in for us and then, yeah, thank you.
We'll follow up with Ms. Pass.
That'd be great, thank you.
My name's Robert Lee. I live at 113 Presley Drive, Clemson. I'm going to talk to you about the something I was interested in some time ago, and I had some new thoughts about and research about the this thing that is done to the city by this lobbyist and political action committee called the Human Rights Campaign, and they call it the MEI score, which is the Municipal Equality Index. So this year for 2025, I got curious and I looked, and it has gone down a large amount. But what is reported is not fact as far as I can tell. It reports that there were hate crimes in the city of Clemson in 2025, but to my knowledge there were not. I looked at their criteria for scoring, and it's just, there's really no criteria. Well, basically there might have been, so we'll say there is. It's just really not rigorous data, it's just speculation. So another what occurs to me is this is actually a pretty highly widespread used score, even in, not specifically maybe for grants, but it is a factor in getting grants, getting status of all kinds. So to me, there's really I call it a possible economic harms to the city, to businesses, to residents eventually, from this basically what appears to me a fraudulent kind of thing, falsely making scores, falsely reporting. And I'm just formulating an idea of what possible, I think the city should take some recourse. I think there is, because if this truly inhibits the city from economic activity, I mean, that's a real harm that could be defined. So I've got a lot more information about this. Basically, that they're reporting on probabilities, not facts, for one thing. But it also is, there's a Federal Trade Commission Act, there's antitrust, there's this Supreme Court thing called the Zauderer Standard, Z-A-U-D-E-R-E-R, about basically false advertising that causes a harm. And as I was listening to police oath, and basically this is something that is taking advantage of and harming others in a way that's possible. We really don't know how much of a negative effect that is. So something I'm looking more into, and I'm going to maybe get with the city administrator what I have and see if the city has some kind of response to this thing. So thanks for listening.
Thank you, Mr. Lee.
May I ask,
Yes.
can I ask a question?
If you guys are okay with it.
Yeah. What was the score? Do you have the score from 2024 to 2025? You
I
mentioned
don't
that
recall
it
exactly. I
went
think it was-
down. I was just curious to
I
know
think
what it was.
I'm guessing, I can't recall exactly. 2024 was maybe 40, 50-ish, I'm just guessing, and this year I think 12. I think it's
Ooh,
very much a very significant decrease.
Okay.
And so it's a pretty significant change, but if it had reported actual facts, it would be zero.
Well, yes, I
So
was just.
there's this whole thing of, should the city even be participating in this? It was chosen. Anyway, I'll get back to you on that.
Okay, thanks. Thanks.
Yeah, it went dramatically down. I can get that information to you email.
Mr. Evans, it's not something we opt into. They select the cities.
Right.
And then they have criteria, I think, for population size within the state. And then they go look at everything that's publicly available. And they rate you based on that, and then they send you this and give you a chance to say, do you dispute anything on here? But some of it's not, some of it you can't control.
Well, like Ms. Lee I was just curious, I'm a data nerd, so when he said it dropped, I was curious to know kind of, well, what are we talking about? I was just a data nerd, sorry.
May I explain?
Quickly, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of the other things that is kind of really stand out, some of the things they advocate for and they give you points for are actually violating free speech and violating freedom of religion. So that's also, if the city were to do all this, you'd get this good score, but you'd be technically violating the Constitution on two different ways. So there's that I forgot to mention. So
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. Any other comments from the public in attendance? All right, gonna go ahead and close the public session. The next item for approval is, the next item is the approval of minutes from the December 1st meeting. These were sent to you guys ahead of time to review. Are there any comments on the minutes? Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Any opposed? All right, that passes. Next, we're going to move into the reports and discussion section of the agenda. This is when we will provide 2 minutes for the public to comment on items that we are discussing. So first up is to discuss the contract with Favor Upstate. Chief Campos.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem and Council. Before you is a copy of a contract. Many of you may be or may not be aware of the South Carolina opioid recovery funds or SCORE funds that are out there. Clemson has funding that's been allotted to them from the settlement. And I've learned a lot about the fund over time. Many of you have seen different amounts that we have, but it's a little convoluted in that we are allotted a certain amount of money by 2038, but that money comes in every year at different amounts. So currently we've been receiving funds, we've been allotted funds, I guess, since 2021. So from 2021 to 2025, I think it's amassed to about $530,000. If we don't use the funds within 3 years of them being allotted to us, then we lose it. It goes back to the larger fund for the state. So we're faced with about $170,000 that we'll lose if we don't apply for the grant, which I have done. They just kicked it back for some further clarification, but the funds have to be used for either early detection, prevention, or treatment of folks that are addicted to opioids. And so a lot of different jurisdictions have come up with different plans. Our plan is to partner with Favor Upstate. If you're not familiar with Favor Upstate, they provide services to folks who are addicted, and as well as other things. And I have Leslie Pengzinger, did I say that right? Close enough. With Favor Upstate, that can explain more about what they do. But they're, as part of this contract, are going to provide an outreach person that will partner with the fire department and will actively seek and help those that are suffering from opioid addictions to try to get them into treatment programs, as well as collecting other data. We have other projects on the horizon potentially to help us with that we'll partner with Favor. I forgot, the other thing that they're gonna do for us too is purchase Narcan to put in all of our city buses, to put in businesses and other locations where we know opioids are being used and or abused. So we have that at the ready, just like a first aid kit or a CPR or a defibrillator for CPR. So we can help people in those, as well as fentanyl test strips to make sure that people aren't getting items that are cross-contaminated with fentanyl. They can get some kind of early detection to try and help them with that. So the other projects and stuff are down the road, and since we get this money augmentedly throughout the years, we'll sit down and talk with our administrator to kind of put a game plan together. There's a potential for a partnership with Clemson University to help us in this roadmap of where the need is in the community as we move forward. We're very lucky that we see a small amount of overdose cases here in Clemson, but that's not the case in our immediate surrounding area. There's a lot of overdose issues and such in Pickens County and Anderson County and Oconee County, and we are the crossroads for all three of those. So I'll give, unless you have any questions of me, I'll give Leslie the floor to answer any questions that you have of her as to what services they'll provide. And
I want to piggyback on something you said. The way he's explained the funding, it's an annual cycle and it goes for us through 2038. So the idea is to do another application in addition to the favor one, to do this study with the university to learn what the who, what, where, and when of opioid activity is in the county or in our area. And that will inform the applications that come after these two.
and we have to keep applying each time for them with the SCORF board to make sure it's falling within the grant parameters of what they said the funds can be used for. Leslie?
If you have any questions for me, my name is Leslie Pregenzer. I serve as CEO of Favor Upstate. I'm also a woman in recovery from substance use disorder. I have lived experience. If you have any questions, I'm here to address them.
Leslie, I know Favor has been involved in a lot of the SCORF programming. Can you give us a couple of examples of other initiatives you guys are involved with through SCORF funding?
Sure. Through Greenville County, we've made a 3-year partnership with them, of course, knowing that we can only get 1 year of funding at a time. But we offer the prevention, and that looks like doing outreach at either locations where unsheltered, under-resourced individuals congregate. We build trusted relationships with those individuals, offer our services, and over time also reach out to their families. And for those individuals who are interested in receiving services from us, we then work with them in our center. We have a center at Woodruff Road. And that's just an example of our Greenville one. We also have a relationship in Anderson where we have 2 peers, certified peer support specialists, who are placed in ANMED in the emergency department, and those peers speak to any person who comes in with an overdose or suspected behavior. The peer then can go in and form a particular bond with the patient and provide them resources that a person with a computer or a doctor or a white coat wouldn't necessarily be able to have. We then refer them to the appropriate resources. Approximately 61% of the people that we see bedside, we're able to refer directly to treatment. That's either with us or with our partner agencies.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you.
With the Narcan kids, will there be training?
Yes, the outreach coordinator will assist with training for the bus drivers and the staff at the locations where we'll put them. We already have, through the assistance through the university, some of the downtown bars have put, they call them one box or one kit, something like that, where there's Narcan there, and they did some training there, but this will continue that because I know some of those products are expiring in this upcoming year, so we'll be able to help supplement that and do the training as well.
Did you want to add something?
Oh, I can add all night. I'm going to read. Just wait for your questions.
I think this is great. We were in a public safety meeting with like joint university city board recently, and they were talking about this, preparing us for the conversation. And I know the university has a lot of opportunities for outreach because it's a condensed population, and you can stand on Library Bridge and see half the student population and reach them. We don't have that as easily, so this is a huge benefit for us as a city to have you guys here and going out into the community doing the work instead of making people come to us. I think is a huge deal. So thank you very much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity.
Chief, how many incidents have we had with overdose where we've used Narcan in the city, or do you know?
Last year, for the city of Clemson Police Department, because I don't have the numbers from the university from the EMS people. I want to say we did 7 applications last year. We didn't have as many this year as last year. And again, it's because we see transiency in the use of that. We don't have people that live here full time. They're usually transient in and out of the community is where a lot of that is occurring. So it's not a lot, but one of the things that we have to investigate, and Leslie and I have talked about this, is we suspect there are a lot of functioning addicts with opiate addiction that have not presented themselves to law enforcement because they haven't overdosed or they haven't done anything to grab our attention. So when we see them, they've gotten close to rock bottom or they've had a mishap and accidentally overdosed. That's when we see them. What this program will do is we'll try to chip away at the silence of the addictions that people have, and then some of the other future projects hopefully will give us an indication of where that need is and how we can focus those resources to those people. I get questions all the time about some of the homeless people that we see in Clemson and whether they're drug addicts and those kind of things. This program will help with that. That's a whole nother topic and we had Karen Carter here to talk about all the stuff that we have for those folks and what they choose to partake in and what they don't. So it's not always drug addicts that you see that are homeless, but some are. And we, with this outreach coordinator and stuff, we can address that. I'll say also, I know somebody recently I learned of from this area who received services from Favor Upstate because they were addicted to opiates. They got addicted when they were in high school. And somewhere along their journey, they came into contact with someone who was an outreach coordinator and helped them get sober. And it's somebody that they still keep in contact with periodically through their journey. So Favor has been up here for a while and has been doing good things. I know they also have a center in Oconee County in Seneca. So it's close. It's not, you're not going all the way down to Anderson or all the way to Greenville. We have one over in Seneca as well. So.
May I add 2 things?
Please.
Sure. For Clemson County, or excuse me, Pickens County, for 2024, Narcan was administered 265 times to 191 patients. Now, that is, of course, not Clemson City, but that does support what Chief says, that they're just right across the border. The second thing I'd like to add also in support of what Chief says is that 73% of people with a diagnosable substance use disorder are gainfully employed. So that means that 27% of the people that you see on the roadside are the people that everybody discusses. And that's really just a small subset of the people who struggle.
The university, do y'all have similar numbers, or do you have numbers on campus?
I don't know those numbers, but I would anticipate, I can't say for certain what those numbers would look like. But I do agree in the work that I used to do. It would be those very students or individuals who are high functioning that you would not suspect.
In your view, it does happen on campus?
Oh, okay, absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
I would say a lot of it does happen on campus, but a lot of the drug use tied to campus is actually off campus.
Right.
That's not. So they are students, but they live off campus, and the drug activity is occurring off campus for the most part. But there are a lot of resources on campus for students.
Right.
What we don't have are resources for people who are not students.
If we can get them to those resources.
Correct.
That's
If they voluntarily will participate.
But I assumed that the numbers you were talking about a minute ago would have included students too. that were-
If it was in Pickens County, yes, it could, it
And
would
that's,
include.
but when I was saying you, those students that are actually, I was talking about like students that are actually housed on campus. The instance, that situation.
I would have to check and get those numbers.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
I just-
I mean, it sounds like we are solving, like, finishing the circuit of the off-campus solution here. And what I really appreciate is like the empathetic approach that you bring to this, because we could get the SCORE funding and not have that human element, so I think that's really important. So thank you for being here to discuss that, because I think that's gonna make a huge difference in how this affects the community, for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Are there any comments from the public on this agenda item? Yep. All right. We will move to discuss allowing Old Stone Church and Cemetery Association to install a stacked wood fence on the right-of-way of US 76 and Stone Circle. Mr. Woods.
Thank you, Council. I'm pinch hitting for Nathan Hinkle this evening. The city is the applicant on this at the request of SCDOT, and this is to allow
It's okay.
the church to install the fence. Questions further than that, I have two friends here tonight, Tom and Curtis, and they are happy to answer any questions you might have, if you have any.
Okay. Any questions from council? I made sure everybody got a copy of your packet as well, so yeah, you're welcome to come on up. Yes, sir.
Hello, my name is Tom Cleveland. I'm the treasurer for the Old Stone Church and Cemetery Association. We've been around a long time, started in 1893. Curtis is the president, and we've only been on board about 4 years now. We have a lot of other board members that have been on for 30, 40 years. It's pretty crazy. And over the years, a lot of people have showed up and participated with the board. We hope you're as excited about this as we are. We have SC 250 coming up next July, and we would love to have something to enhance the Revolutionary War era, bona fides of the Old Stone Church and Cemetery. And we think this will do it. Any questions that you guys may have? We think this is going to be entirely on the SCDOT right away, but they wanted us to run this by you as well, because it's going to get close to the old Stone Circle Drive, I think it is.
Is the plan to have it go, I know, thank you for the illustrations, it does help, to go all the way from the beginning of the drive to where the cemetery stone gate is?
Actually,
Or
it's,
the parking gate, I guess, where that cul-de-sac is down there?
let me think. No, it's not, it's going to go, if you're talking about the Highway 76,
Yes, sir.
okay? It's going to begin with that tree line that kind of
Yes,
ends
yeah.
there. And then you've got open trees down there that we plan to limb up just a little bit to give
Okay.
a better view of the church from Highway 76. And it should end right about where that marker is right now at that intersection.
Okay.
Shouldn't go any further than that. And our thoughts are that we probably will not have to remove any of that when that intersection gets redesigned at some point. But if so, we'll remove it and put it back later on. That's not a problem. We'll also, if you notice at the end of my cover letter, I indicate that we will be maintaining that as well. Of course, it wouldn't be bad if you guys would help us out a little bit with that, but we'll maintain it too. Any questions?
I think we were talking at the jar, the wreath laying ceremony. You said it's not going to be cedar. It's going to be a different kind of material. It's going to last longer.
Yes.
What kind of wood is it?
It's called black locust. Actually, the supplier is out of North Carolina, and I've been to their website, and they've actually been supplying this black locust rail to the government. This is going to be the same stuff they make for the government. It's going to be a government size, which is about 12 to 15 inches in diameter. It'll be stacked 4 high. Each one of these 10-foot rails weighs about 50 pounds. And we'll secure it with some screws, we think. We are in the process of finding someone that will agree to just put it together for us. Our board is made up of a lot of old folks that are not going to get out and move this
I thought y'all were gonna do the work.
So, anyway, we're excited about this. We hope you guys, are just as excited about it as we are. Did I answer your question? I'm sorry.
Likewise.
I was at the Robert Anderson's birthday, 284th birthday, where they unveiled his new stone at Old Stone Church. So it's going to be a great opportunity with South Carolina, the 250th.
Oh, it really is.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people know this, but Robert Anderson, General Anderson, and General Pickens were friends.
Good friends from,
At youth.
yeah,
And elders together at that Old Stone Church, which is kind of cool.
and they're buried right near each other.
Yes,
Isn't that something?
totally.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
I
anyway.
think the fence looks really nice, and I think you can kind of miss the church when you're driving down the highway. You don't really notice it, so I'm glad to hear that you're gonna trim up the trees as well. I have a soft spot because I got married in that church, so I adore that property, but I think the fence would be nice because it'll kind of call your eye to see the property as you go by and pique your interest to turn in, so.
Exactly our intention. And this is a nationally recognized, historical place within your city limits. It's
Special.
Yeah, it is. It's a special place. Any other questions? Well, I hope you look favorably.
Oh, I'm excited about it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you being here, thank you. Are there any comments from the public on the agenda item?
It's going to look really good.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Next, we'll move to staff reports. Andy?
This is your last meeting of the year. We have a few weeks off, but then in January, you're gonna come back with a vengeance. You've got 2 meetings back to back, one on the 5th and one on the 12th, and you've got pre-game and post-game activities for both of them.
What game? What?
Well, you've got a work session for Abernathy Park ahead of your meeting on January 5th, which the public's welcome to attend. And then afterwards, you'll be appointing board and commission members. Then on the 12th, you got your comp plan public hearing. And then we'll do the second half of board and commission appointments at that meeting. It was just too many for one night.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a early start and a late finish.
Bring snacks.
Yes, that's a good way of putting it. December 31st is Benjamin McGill Day.
Yes, it is.
Benjamin McGill's celebration of retirement is at Utilities at 1 o'clock that day. So drop by if you can.
Do you mind, Nathan, if I have you come up and just answer a question for me really quick as part of the staff reports?
Yes, ma'am.
Please. I just wanted to make sure while we're all here, we had that public comment submitted earlier. I know we're going to follow up with Ms. Pass, but do you have information about the paving of
Yes,
Riggs?
I'm fairly certain Nathan was able to make contact with her.
Okay.
So the long version is, we had planned on doing this for a while. Weather delayed us in terms of paving. The short answer is we had a meeting this past Tuesday about the Riggs Drive sidewalks. So we're installing sidewalks as requested in the neighborhood, as well as taking care of the stormwater and some other issues we have there at the same time. And then after that, we will repave all the areas she's talking about, so all of the Riggs Drive area. There was some question at the discussion at the meeting about whether or not we would pave to the Strode stop sign. We are going to go ahead and do that with understanding that it will be torn up during construction, and the contractor will fix that after the fact, repave that area. Yep.
Cool. Thank you. Thanks for letting me put you on the spot.
Yep.
Okay, next we're going to move into the policy action section of the agenda. As a reminder, we will also offer public comments when we reach these items. Those are limited to 2 minutes per speaker. First on the list is to consider the first reading of an ordinance to amend Chapter 18 regarding traffic, Section 18-34, metered and leased parking. City Administrator.
All this does is allows the administrator, in addition to council, to be able to make minor tweaks to the meter parking regulations, like for special occasions, such as Friday is Butch Free's funeral. I expect a large crowd to be down there, so we may need to make some adjustments in the parking deck to make sure that we can easily accommodate those people and suspend some things. It's already suspended, but that can also happen in
The time
the
limits might not be appropriate for
non-all
that,
time,
yeah.
It's nice because it allows us to make adjustments like that on the fly and be responsive.
This stems from the last meeting, right?
Instead of having to wait for it to get published and then to have city council meeting to talk about it and then to vote on it and then to be able to make it an action item, if you have something coming up that's in less than a week or two, at least we're able to respond.
Okay.
That was the gist.
That's it, yeah.
Any comments or questions from you
I
guys?
guess I thought that we were just ceding this to you completely.
You can tell me to do it completely, but the way it's written, it's
I got the or, I can see or
in
by.
addition to. It doesn't take the ability of y'all to do it. It just allows me to do it as well, and I'm going to tell you when I'm going to do it.
Yeah, so if we want to, we can make an event out of it, but, I mean, I'm kind of on the side of, more or less, I'm kind of happy as long as they have some sort of guidance on what we want to do. City administrator should be able to handle that.
Right. Okay. I mean, the or handles it, but,
Yeah.
okay.
Any other comments or questions? Any comments from the public? Would anybody like to make a motion?
I make a motion that we approve the first reading of an ordinance to amend Chapter 18, Traffic, Section 18-34, metered and leased parking.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other comments from council? All right, all those in favor, raise your right hand. Any opposed? All right, motion passes. Moving to our next policy item, declare surplus and approve the disposal of surplus water meters from the AMI change-out project. Dusty.
So, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Obviously, I'm coming to see if we can get approval to dispose of surplus meters that we've gotten from this project. A little update from the project. As of today, there's about 600 meters left. That's it. And we're looking to close this project out at the end of this week.
Great. Wow.
And how many surplus do we have?
So-
You talked to us the last meeting about it, and so,
So we're looking to have about 6,500 brass meters left over when this project is completed, and then 3,500 of the iPro meters, which is like a plastic style meter. So I'm wanting to break this up in 2 different lots and post it on Gov Deals to sell these items.
and you were, I think, if I'm not mistaken, you said that some of them get reworked and sent
Yes.
overseas. Is that?
They will rebuild these meters and send them overseas.
So
There's 3
they're-
different companies that's reached out to me looking to try to purchase these.
They're all
Oh, okay, so there's a demand, already a demand. Okay, great. That's what I thought.
Any other questions or comments, council? Thank you, Dusty. Any comments from the public? Okay, would anybody like to make a motion?
I make a motion, we declare surplus and approve of the disposal of surplus water meters on the AMI change-out project.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Are there any other comments? Okay, all those in favor, raise your right hand. Any opposed? And the motion passes. Next on our agenda, consider awarding the College Avenue Phase 1A Streetscape Improvements Contract in the amount of $1,777,394.50 to Trey's Clearing Grading with a contingency of $300,000. Mr. Woods.
Everything you just said. Trey's Clearing and Grading did the ABEL project for us, so we were happy to see this. That was a good, clean project, so we were happy to see this bid, them again come in with the lowest bid. So we're waiting your approval for this first phase of the streetscape.
After approval, when will it begin?
It will begin as early as we can in 2026.
So like January 1st?
Yeah, we have a string, we've met with business owners several times, we need to have some more conversations with downtown business owners as well. And then once we coordinate with the contractor, their availability, we'll all get together and determine a start date.
So the work will be as, done in a manner to be as less disruptive as possible?
Yeah, but it will be disruptive. And we have.
Very disruptive. It will likely be very disruptive.
There's several things we're trying to clean up with this streetscape. Obviously pavers, there's some stormwater. We are working with utilities to upgrade the fiber there as well. So there's a lot of moving parts here, and this firm has experience with that, as well as Nathan Hinkle has experience with that. And we have been very vocal with our downtown business owners about how disruptive this will be, so they're prepared.
Yeah, I can't wait. Okay.
But
Are you gonna be through by graduation?
We should be, yes.
Oh, wow, okay.
That's big.
Yeah.
No,
You mean
I may come back to you in
graduation?
March.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wish I didn't say that, but yeah.
Yeah.
The contingency's there because when you do work downtown, especially that end of town, there's a lot of stuff you don't know is under there.
Oh, I know that. Yeah.
And
In this particular section,
that'll
too.
allow me to process changes and things because you've pre-approved the amount, so I can do it on the fly and keep it going.
Have you spoken to all the business owners?
We have held at least 3 meetings, and we have gone door to door, and we will continue to do so. But yes, Andy's exactly right. I mean, this particular section hasn't been dug up in some time, so we're fully prepared that we're gonna run into something that's unexpected.
Last time, we found gas tanks and it was a brownfield and a whole environmental deal.
I got that. I'm just, I've heard someone say, can you do it at night and all that kind of stuff. I'm just
Well, I mean, it's a valid question. We've been asked that. The challenge with working at night is the downtown residents will not appreciate that. So it's, someone has to be bothered in a situation like this, and we think we can make it as little, with as little pain as for everyone as possible.
Okay.
What's the traffic pattern gonna look like?
Yes, ma'am, I'm sorry.
The traffic pattern?
The traffic pattern, so there will be, you have the center turn lane there. So likely in portions during this construction, that will shift over I don't know what direction that is, we'll shift over into the turn lane, going towards the university. We'll shift over at some points, but a lot of times it'll be open. If you'll remember, several of those on-street parking spaces go away right there, and just the sidewalk extends into those spaces. And then the traffic pattern will eventually change altogether to accommodate that. But during construction, it should just shift for the most part.
But will it be congested? I mean, is it gonna slow things down quite a bit?
Well, we've done traffic studies for this, and in construction, I'm certain it will. But after the fact, it doesn't change it that much with
No,
the new
I'm just
pattern.
doing construction.
Yeah, but we'll have flagging out there and the whole bit.
And we're communicating with.
Yes. Yeah.
It could be terrible during construction.
Well, I'm just saying we're
We'll just have
communicating
to
with the
like basically
university.
Suggest alternate routes.
That's what I'm hoping,
Yeah.
we're suggesting.
There are so many buried utilities in that
I was
stretch.
suggesting alternative routes.
Yeah.
I was there when they were doing the stormwater between TDs and Loose Change.
Yeah.
What was it, 15 years ago or something?
Right.
And they were lucky to make it 8 feet a day. Trying to put that drain in, there's so much stuff underground, so you're gonna find some things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it seems humorous, but Andy has a tactic that we just tell everyone that it's going to be the worst possible environment ever. and we go
Overpromise, underdeliver.
hope for a little better, yeah.
Yeah.
But it will be bad. I mean,
Yeah.
this actually seems like a very small project, but it is going to be transformational for downtown, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when we're done, now, after all the pain, it's going to be wonderful.
Yes, yes.
You're going to have a section of sidewalk that you haven't been able to walk shoulder to shoulder with
Right.
next to anyone in 50 years that you're going to be able to do that and have outdoor dining and the whole thing. So
And this has been a long time coming. I mean, this has been planned for
Oh, I know.
a long
Yeah.
time. I wasn't making eye contact with you on purpose.
You sometimes you gotta go through the pain to enjoy the
Buckle up, you
outcome.
guys.
Yeah.
I believe the downtown streetscape was approved in 2017, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's right, that's right.
And we're getting rid of those infernal pavers that require constant maintenance, so that.
I think that getting rid of those is such a blessing.
It's a blessing
A lot
for
of-
maintenance and ADA purposes.
Exactly. ADA was my first thought. Yep, yeah. Okay. Are there any comments or questions from the public? Thank you, Mr. Woods.
I'm gonna hang out.
Oh, yeah, you sit
Yeah.
there for a second.
Yes.
Okay. Anybody like to make a motion?
I make a motion that we award the College Avenue Phase 1A Streetscape Improvement Contract in the amount of $1,777,394.50 to Trey's Clearing and Grading with a contingency of $300,000.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Okay, all those in favor, raise your right hand. Any opposed? And the motion passes. Thank you. All right, next up, consider authorizing the city engineer to enter into negotiations with Thompson and Turner for pre-construction services for the Arts Center.
Yep, so this is exciting. You can see the schedule we've gone through. I had at least one of you ask what CMAR was, which is Construction Manager at Risk. And I'm going to read that to you to explain the process we're following. Construction Manager at Risk is a project delivery method where the owner hires a construction manager early in the design to act as a consultant, then transitions them to the general contractor role, guaranteeing a guaranteed maximum price for construction, with the CM financially responsible for costs exceeding the guaranteed maximum price, shifting the risk from the owner. So essentially, we've worked with a design firm already. Now this is the construction portion of that will then work with the design firm to get us an arts center that satisfies everyone's needs, including costs.
So that means Thompson and Turner will be the builder for the Arts Center?
Yes, they will. But they will work with the architect that we've been working with. Yeah.
So they don't have to bid on it?
Oh, no, because of
This is the
guaranteed maximum price we'll set, yes.
Okay, so this is like the pre-bid?
Yes, this is pre-construction right now, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this is the same way that Walhalla High School was built, right?
Correct, yeah.
It starts off with like an RFQ, you find the most qualified one you like, and then you work with them to a certain phase, and then you get an opportunity to either proceed or go with someone else. But the idea
This
is you have
replaces
a
the
guaranteed
bid
price,
process.
and you know what you're gonna get, and then any overages are at the risk of the contractor.
Yeah, so you said that earlier.
Benefit of that process.
Yeah, that's the benefit.
It's a lot less combative throughout the entire process this way.
We were excited we received a number of bids, or 8 bids, but a lot of those we hadn't seen before, so a lot of excitement even in construction world for the Arts Center.
Great. All right, any other questions, you guys? Any comments or questions from the public? Okay, would anybody like to make a motion?
I make a motion, we authorize the city engineer to enter into negotiations with Thompson and Turner for pre-construction services for the Arts Center.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Are there any further comments? Okay, all those in favor, raise your right hand. Any opposed? And the motion passes. Thank you very much. Moving on to Mayor Council reports, comments, new business. Anybody have anything they'd like to share?
I'd like to say, I'd like to commend you for running a very good meeting tonight.
Yes,
Thank you guys for trusting me. We
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
absolutely.
Thank you. End the year with a bang.
Right.
Amen.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. And we are adjourned.